Hey everyone, Merry Christmas Eve. I am just at my mom's house now. I came to her house around noon, and then we went to the cemetery to visit my dad and my grandpa. Man, it's so hard. Having a hard time this year. I'm trying to be as happy as possible, and when I was at the cemetery with my mom, I was thinking about, rituals and traditions and all that kind of stuff that everybody has at Christmas that are going to have to sort of be modified this year because of the pandemic and the way that, people have to celebrate. And I'll get into the gratefulness stuff later, but even though it can't be exactly what we want, I'm just glad that I have a place to go and that I'm not by myself on a holiday, which would be hard. So Mom right now is at my brother's. They're gonna do a gift exchange, and then she's gonna come back, and we're gonna just sit around and wait for Santa to come. While I was at the cemetery, I was thinking about a tradition that I kind of miss. I don't remember if we did it the last couple years with my grandma or not, but basically it's called the thank you shot. And every Christmas, my gramps would sit at the head of the table and he would pour shots of whiskey, and then shots of ginger ale as well. So what would happen is the shot glasses, everybody shared one shot glass, or two, because one was ginger ale, one was whiskey. We shared it didn't matter. I mean, there was 18, 20 people there, using the same shot glass, and nobody minded back then. Very, very different from today. So what we would do is, my grandpa would pour the first shot, and you would say what you were grateful for, and hopefully maybe what you hoped for the future. Now, some people would just say Merry Christmas, other people would, say thank you to whatever, and it was always fun because when you're young, you get to pretend that you're drinking alcohol, even though it's ginger ale, and then, when you get a little bit older and maybe not even of drinking age, you were able to partake in the thank you shot. So you would say what you're grateful for the last year, and then you would take the shot and say what you hope for the upcoming year. So that's what I'm gonna do now. I was like, oh God, it's gonna take me forever to figure out what I'm grateful for in 2020, because let's face it, it sucks and it has sucked. And there's been a lot of hardships, but there's also maybe been a lot of good things too. So I took a few minutes and I wrote some stuff down. What I'm grateful for the last year, I think the number one thing is my mom letting me stay with her during the pandemic. Even though I was an essential worker and going into the office and seeing clients, I just didn't want to be alone. I just did not want to be by myself, isolated all the time, not, being around anybody, because for the first part of the pandemic, we were working from home. And then the second part of my contract, I was working in the office. And, she took the risk of allowing me, to stay here. But, I just appreciated that so, so much. This is funny because I've had them for a while now, but obviously my kittens, I'm very grateful for them. Cleo's getting older. She's getting a little bit set in her ways. I bought them toys the other day, and she claimed one toy and has not let Lilu near it since it was one of those flopping fish, and she absolutely loves it. So I kind of gave them their Christmas presents early because I wouldn't be there on Christmas Day. They're just such, man, they're who I talk to. They're who I, yell at when something goes wrong. And honestly, Lilu is my little guy. He's not so little, but he is just such a love bug, such a love bug. He is constantly cuddling into me. He gets mad when I pick him up and put him somewhere else because, you know, sometimes it's a little bit too much. But he does. He absolutely loves to cuddle, and, you know, I'll often wake up with him just kind of staring in my eyes, and creeps me out for the first few seconds, and I just realize all he wants is like a little cuddle, and then he, you know, nuzzles up and under my arms, and, you know, he lets me do anything to him. And he's got claws, and man, they're sharp. Whew, they're sharp. I just trimmed them the other day because they were getting pretty long, and I got a new pair of clippers because the other ones weren't as sharp as the other one, as the new ones. And he just lets me do it. Like, he sits in my lap like a baby and puts his little paws like this and just lets me do whatever. But yeah, I'm just so grateful for the both of them. I will post a picture here of them. Yeah, so those are my babies. I'm also extremely grateful for my grandma. I haven't seen her in a really long time in person. We go to the window to wave, and you know, we go and drop stuff off, and we actually just went the other day. I'll insert that clip here. Hey everyone, I am down at the place where my grandma lives. My mom just dropped off, oh my god, it's cold. My mom just dropped off some gifts for her for Christmas. And we're gonna wave to her through the window. It's a slight little bit of a walk, but not too bad. Oh, almost fell. Holy moly, it is really cold. Like, I'm surprised it's actually not snowing. Okay.
It's cold. Hi. Mom, there's a package downstairs for you to go get. Yep. Oh, hey, I'm here now.
Okay. Hi, Grams.
She's taking your picture. I just want you to know there's a package downstairs. I'm freezing. So
Okay, we're gonna go.
Okay. I love you.
Love you, Grams.
Catch it. Catch them.
Okay, love you.
Okay. I love you.
But yeah, even if it's just through the window, it's nice to be able to say, you know, hi, I love you, and see her face. And, you know, she's chosen to take the safe, you know, road and stay at the place where she lives, and stay there for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, which is really hard because we had her here for the last 2 years, and, you know, we have traditions of playing, you know, Newfoundland bingo, and, you know, we have a pretty good rivalry going on. And she won last year, I won the year before, so this was going to be the tie year. But we will see. You know, whenever we can go out next to actually visit with her, and maybe we can play some card games with her. I am grateful for Lohifa and my hair. I know that may sound very vain or what have you, but honestly, she is such a special person, and she has allowed me, and people are like, it's just hair, like, you know, just put it up in a ponytail. Well, when you're suffering from trichotillomania, which is pulling out your hair, you end up with clumps of bald spots, and her genius has allowed me to have pretty hair that gets commented on all the time, but while it's like growing underneath. So, you know, and she gave me a gift the other day. It was for castor oil and for tea tree oil, and it was for Christmas. So thank you, Lohif, if you're watching this. She gave that to me for Christmas, so I'll be using that. I used it 3 times now, so tonight will be the 4th time, and honestly, I'm not like itching up my scalp as much. So I mean, it's oil, so obviously it's going to be pretty moisturizing, and it's so far good, so I'm grateful for that. I am also really grateful for the fact that I was only in the hospital twice this year. Twice. That is unbelievable. You know, I was seen in the ER a few times, but I wasn't ill enough to stay in the hospital, which is great. I cannot believe that when I think about 3 years ago, 4 years ago, being in the hospital for a week and then being discharged for a few days, and some weird new symptom would pop up and I'd go back to the hospital and be really, really sick and admitted to the ICU, and you know, it's been horrible in terms of just, you know, oh, it was just all the time, and there was always something wrong, and I was always sick. And I'm so happy to say that in the last year I've had no flu. Like, I've had like gastric issues or like whatnot. I've not had an ear infection. I've not had a sinus infection. I've had mini colds that didn't turn into pneumonia and ICU, nasal ventilation issues. Like, no, I've had 2 bouts of pericarditis. I was suffering from that so badly, and all that is getting better, and I'm so grateful for Dr. Jason On, for figuring out, it's been 1.5 years now of infusions and treatment, and it's just been, I'm so grateful for him. I'm so grateful that he has a brain that's able to take all of these little pieces of, oh, chronic illness, ooh, chronic pain, ooh, not being able to cope, ooh, getting this and not being able to have, vaccines, ooh, this and that. And he just like put it all together, and he was able to figure out what was going on. And thank God for that. Thank God for that. So now I'm going to do the part where you take the shot. So this is a pre-made Sex on the Beach. I actually brought one to my mom's house. I had my own at home to do this video because I had an idea about it like a little while ago, but I cannot find the shot that I brought, and mine that I brought was B52s, and these are Sex on the Beach. So I'm gonna have one of these. It's open by accident. It's kind of open. That's okay. It's not bad. No, it's not bad. So what I'm going to do first, though, is I'm going to show some pictures of my family. I think I've got my mom, my dad, and my grandpa doing thank you shots at different, times that I had uploaded a photo. So I'm going to insert those here. So enjoy these. Okay, so I'm gonna take the shot now. I don't know if I should do it all in one or not. I don't know. I'm actually, I'm just gonna go for it. I've not had this before, so again, Sex on the Beach. Yikes. I know. Ooh, ah. Okay, oh, hi, Papa. My mom's dog is here. So what I'm looking forward to in the next year, this was harder than figuring out what I was grateful for. So I'm hoping that COVID starts to improve, or that they, were right about the vaccines and people are, building herd immunities. I really hope that our numbers slowly start to go down now. I know there's going to be an influx in the next 3 to 4 weeks of really high numbers because of Christmas and New Year's, and that's scary considering how high they are now. So my hopes are that people understand how much having a party can affect the whole world. I have a hard time, understanding that part of it, that people don't just get it. And if we were to just get it, we wouldn't be in the situation that we're in now, in lockdown over Christmas. And we wouldn't be in the situation if people were paying attention to the rules. And I just hope that people really, you don't have to believe the same things that I do. You don't have to, that's Bailey. You don't have to, have the same beliefs as I do, or, thoughts about the vaccine that I do. You'd be surprised what my thoughts are. But I just want everybody to be safe. I just want everyone to be safe. I'm hoping to get a part-time job. I'm gonna get a job either in like a doctor's office or even like a screening center, something local, something part-time. I need to be working. I need to be out and about and being with people and, having adult non-cat conversations. I'm hoping to get out of this funk. I don't know whether it's because of COVID. I don't know whether it's because I spend a lot of time by myself. But I definitely am hoping that this is just a phase and we will see, if things improve. I'm really hopeful about that. And then the last thing I'm gonna, be hopeful for is that I'll be able to be well enough to volunteer. And I would like to volunteer at the Canadian Blood Donors Clinics, because if it wasn't for the people that donated blood for their plasma, then I would not be as healthy as I am now, because it takes 10,000 donors to have 1 day of treatment. And that's a lot of people. that's a really a lot of people for 1 day, and I go twice a month. So I just am hoping that people who are able to donate do, and know that I am so thankful for you. I am so thankful that you go and you take time out of your day and do something that's potentially painful and makes you feel kind of yucky, knowing that it helps, people like me and people with, common variable immunodeficiency disorder. I just, I don't know where I would be at this point, if I would even be at this point, if it weren't for people that donated it. So I want to be able to give some of my time, yeah. Oh, I'm also grateful for the fact that I paid my house off, and I paid my car off, and I paid all of my loans off. So I have like no bills, and I'm not spending any money because of COVID. So I'm gonna go on a wild ass vacation when all this stuff is over. That's my hope. That's a combination of being grateful and my hope. I hope that as soon as the numbers go down and it's safe enough to travel, that I can go out and just lay on a beach. I don't even care if I have to wear a mask on the beach, and if I have a mask tan, if that's even gonna be a thing in 2021. Could you imagine, in addition to a farmer's tan, having a mask tan? That would just be amazing. I wouldn't even care. I just would love to go with my mom for 2 weeks and not worry about anything, and I think that would be fantastic. So I wanted to post this today. I gotta do a little bit of editing, and then I just want to wish you guys a very Merry Christmas. I am going to be vlogging tomorrow morning, opening presents and stuff. I cannot wait for my mom to open her one gift. I have been holding on to this for 3 weeks now, and I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but I tell my mom everything, and this is something that she's really gonna love, and I cannot wait to give it to her. Like, this year I'm just so excited. So have your thank you shots. Think about what you're grateful for the year that has passed. Even though it's been difficult, I am sure there are a few things that you can think of that you're grateful for, and have a shot, and then think about what you're going to be hopeful for the year to come. And I wish everybody a happy Christmas Eve. Bye, everyone.